What's up and welcome back. I'm John Stark, AmericanMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today I'm going to talk about Daredevil, Born Again, because there should be a blind person on the internet talking about Daredevil, Born Again. Since I'm a blind film critic, I'm going to talk about it, because, I don't know, it kind of feels like I have to. So, we're on episode 3 of Daredevil, Born Again. So if you're here, I'm assuming you watched the first 2 episodes, so if I say anything that's spoilery of the previous episodes, this is for episode 3, so I'm gonna start talking about episode 3, and there will be spoilers about episode 3. You get the picture. So, yeah, Foggy's dead, so, we're we're past that, but we're on the trial of the White Tiger, and Matt has to figure out a way how to get our vigilante off. He's having a real hard time. He did survive that beating in the last episode, and we keep seeing these Punisher tattoos everywhere, this Punisher symbol. And I'm starting to realize that this show would be way more effective if people had actually seen the Punisher series ahead of Daredevil Born Again, because the symbolism, I think if you're a casual Punisher fan, you think that symbol was only applied to just the Punisher. But if you watch the Punisher series, things will make more sense. I don't quite understand the application here of it. They haven't quite tied it in, but no, this isn't one of these like we are the Punisher. We are Venom, we are the Punisher. No, you're not. Yeah, it is. It's White Tiger, and he's up on trial, and obviously Fisk has some problems with it, and Fisk also has his Kingpin's got to deal with the fact that because he's not allowing his wife to be the head of the 5 families, so to speak, that the other gangs are having problems, and so he sends his British right-hand man in there to go, and they're like, we don't answer you, we answer, tell Fist if he wants to come down here and tell us himself, Mr. Mayor. And it's kind of a dumb scene because nothing really came of it, but it gave us a line that was like, I don't serve at the pleasure of the mayor, I serve Mr. Fisk. Like, the guy was trying to like clarify, like, wait, no, I don't work for the mayor's office, I work for the guy that you're, so be careful of what you're saying, because I work that side of it. So I guess some clarification for the audience as to whether or not he works for the mayor's office or whether or not he works doing evil shit. Now we know. Thank you for the clarification in a scene that means nothing and really had nothing to say otherwise, other than the fact that his wife is now depressed because she can't run a criminal enterprise, and he's kind of got her on a leash, it's like, no, I have bigger plans. Or, sorry, I have to do Vincent D'Onofrio's voice. I have bigger plans. I really wanted to play Batman, and I had my Batman voice, but they wouldn't let me, so I had to do Kingpin instead. Yeah, so then we got Matt. He runs into the one cop that survived the fight with White Tiger, who's lying, and has this moment, and he's like, so you're a blind lawyer, can fight? It's like, yeah, and you're a crooked cop. Yeah, we know who we are. And Matt, he ends up needing to mention the fact that his client is the White Tiger. He just sort of like openly in court, because he's denied every other opportunity. There's this sort of great tension where he brings in the one, they find the guy that was there that was being beaten, and they bring him in, and he ends up getting like intimidated out at the last minute and saying that he wasn't actually there, that he was somewhere else. So Matt has no choice, but he's like, okay, so he's the White Tiger. So, and then they bring out all of these instances and all these uh, cases where the White Tiger saved these people, and all these cops that said that the White Tiger saved them. And so Matt's like, if the White Tiger went to the trouble to save all of these cops and to help all these people, then why is it this one time, without his amulet, he went in and attacked cops? You know, what about this story makes any sense? So I love that the other guy was like, uh, I, I get up every morning, fix breakfast, go to work, go to church, see my mother, kiss my kids, uh, and sometimes good people do bad things. I was like, what is the bad thing that you do? Is it this case? Like, what? I was like, are you admitting that you're an evil person secretly? Like, I don't, your story's weird. That's what I was like, what is the, are you, what a weird segue into the, you know what? I'm a good guy, but occasionally I do bad things too. So if I can be a good guy and do bad things, then White Tiger can be a good guy and do bad things. And I was like, why would you admit that in a court of law, that there are bad things that you do? He couldn't come up with another example of somebody who wasn't him. And I was like, this is a terrible closing argument. So of course he loses, and Matt wins and gets the White Tiger off. Which, clearly the cops were not happy with. And we get this cool moment where, like, he gets to go over and hug his wife. And I really like the scene with, Matt has a couple scenes too. He has one with his girlfriend, who's now the psychiatrist for the Fisks. And they're cooking, and they're having a nice little dinner together. And he talks about Foggy, and it's this cracking open a bottle thing at the end of a long day or whatever, after they would win a case or not win a case. They had this really fancy bottle of liquor. You gotta teach kids on Disney Plus about when it is okay to drink and when it's not okay to drink. You have to win a court case first, kids. That's when that's when it's okay. And that was what he and Foggy did. So he's like, today is a good day, and I kind of thought, like, I was like, you're having a really optimistic approach about White Tiger's future. I mean, there was a question like, why wear a mask as a good guy came up in this. And I was like, well, for this whole reason, now everybody knows who he is, which means they also know where he lives, and they know who his wife/girlfriend is. So now inherently everybody's in danger. That's why the heroes wear masks. And Matt knows that, because every time he goes out, the people around him are in danger, but he's okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just kind of like walks away from the situation like, well, I got him off. I don't know. They'll figure it out. And for some dumbass reason, the guy goes back out on the street in his costume, and I had to check to make sure that, because the actor playing White Tiger passed, he completed filming. So he did not pass during the filming of Daredevil. He completed filming. They did not film this sequence as a way to like write him off the show. This was a choice sequence. So they show him like putting on his stuff and like going back out and crime fighting. And immediately like he hits the street, and then like some dude just shoots him in the head and it's over. And I'm like, wait a minute, so that could have happened at any time? Like so basically his medallion doesn't protect him from that. He's not skilled enough to be able to dodge a bullet or know a bullet is coming, or he's that easily defeated. What does his medallion do? Like, I kind of was like, if we're gonna do this, can we show what the White Tiger does as White Tiger? Can we explain it? Because it's not really an explored character. It's sort of like a tangentially discussed character. No, we just shoot him in the head. It's that easy. It's like, oh well, why don't we try that with every other hero? Man, why has anybody thought of shoot of headshots before? Do you realize how quickly the Marvel Cinematic Universe would be over if like everybody just went for headshots? Man, we would be out of so many heroes. So many heroes. There'd be like no one left. What a shitty, stupid, dumbass way to use. It's why nobody uses it. It's like somebody was sitting around in Marvel and was like, uh, how could we kill off uh oh, we just have him shot in the head. We've never done that before. And then nobody explained to that guy why they've never done that before. And it's like, that's because all of them could be shot in the head. Black Widow, Hawkeye, you know, Star-Lord, you know, I mean, like, these people are not protected from headshots. Like, there could be a cartoonish segment of pretty much every single Marvel character except for, I don't know, Korg and Thing. I guess probably they're the way that they're structurally produced or whatever. There are a couple other people. Obviously, we've seen Wolverine got shot in the head, but it was for a purpose so that you could see that he can survive a headshot. But yeah, I mean, they avoid it for a reason, man, because once you start pointing it out, it's like Daredevil could die from a headshot. The Punisher can die from a headshot, which is kind of amazing because he's constantly around bullets. So I guess everybody he's around has always just been a really bad shot before. But no, this guy just walks right out and he's like, White Tiger, headshot. Uh, okay. And we're sure that worked. So, I kind of hate the ending to this because I kind of wanted it to. One of the things is we just saw Foggy die at the beginning of this, and it was because of his connection to Matt, largely. I mean, Bullseye comes in here and it's all like a Daredevil thing. It's like maybe Foggy hadn't been connected to Matt, he would be okay. And you have White Tiger, and he has a wife. So maybe they're reckoning instead with the fact of, yeah, we need to get up out of town. We need to leave Dodge, and you can fight crime somewhere else. It doesn't have to be New York City. You can go back to the land of the tree frog that you were talking about in your prison cell and fight crime there. Maybe there's crime there. I don't know. But at least you won't have cops hunting you down. Nope. So what an anticlimactic ending to that episode. And I know that was for like a reason. They were like, yeah, this will be really cool for the. No, it wasn't really cool for the fans. It kind of felt shitty. I know this Daredevil Born Again, and this is really an unpopular opinion, but it's starting to feel like how when we revive things, they're not as good as they were the first time. And like we're there because there's an element of it that was really good and it still works. And that element is Charlie Cox. Charlie Cox is an excellent Daredevil. He is an excellent Matt Murdock. But unfortunately, the show that's around him right now is starting to show its problems, and it's starting to show we're on Disney Plus. It's starting to show we have to tone down the violence so that we match Marvel Cinematic Universe, even though Deadpool hasn't toned down the violence. So I don't know. I want to be more excited about the show. I do, because even though Daredevil wasn't my favorite of the Netflix shows, I still want Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. Like, I have greater plans for characters that are not included in Daredevil Born Again. And I want them to feel supported enough to bring back Kristen Ritter and Mike Coulter as their characters. So I want this to succeed because we haven't quite roped them all into the MCU yet. And I think they all deserve to be there because I think they're all well cast. So, but I'm more than happy to have Charlie Cox. Like, bring him in. I don't know where he'd fit into the Avengers, but put him in there, you know? Um, I just wish the show had just better writers at this point. I'm kind of more concerned long term for the future, and where we're headed. So, but that's it. That's Daredevil Born Again, season 1, episode 3. Uh, I get really excited whenever they bring up the white cane in the audio description. Like when it folds and unfolds, like he folds his cane. I was like, oh man, we're getting representation. Like, look at that. That's realistic. My cane folds, so why wouldn't his cane fold? Look at that. You know? Um, I love that he has a folding cane and you can hear it fold and unfold. I was like, that's my life, man. Like all day, every day. I'm just having to like hear it, listen to my cane fold and unfold. So little things in life that keep you going is a representation, the hopefulness that even though Charlie Cox himself is not blind, that he's trying to give as accurate of a portrayal as possible of a blind person. So, although I'm starting to get those questions again about whether or not I have like supersonic hearing and stuff, and please stop asking blind people that stuff. Because now the Daredevil Born Again is on television, like in real life, people are like, so do you have like amplified hearing? Because uh, the truth is, like, yeah, like sometimes I hear shit that like nobody else seems to hear, like a beeping or a humming or a tick. You know what I'm saying? Like when, because my brain has nothing visually to focus on, so I can hear like random ambient sounds that you're just not in tune to listening to. But no, I can't hear the rate of your heart beating like Matt Murdock can apparently in this show. So, yeah, anyway, I'm gonna give this episode, I didn't really like the ending to it, a B. I don't think it's a bad episode, but that ending cratered it for me. So, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll be back next week with more blind talk on Daredevil Born Again. See you guys on the other side.